What does it mean to deserve love? What does love mean?
Ooh.
Like, not on my watch.
Yeah. Don't know why you hit yourself.
I don't know if it's trauma from slavery, but they're on another level, you know.
I know. You're interrupting me. Stop it. It's rude. African parenting is very toxic, but also so is...
There's respect in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to the 16th episode of the First Girl podcast. I'm Jen.
I'm Favour.
And this episode we talked about transactional relationships within the family household, and we touched upon African parenting versus Western parenting, transactional relationships from a firstborn perspective, and also daughter versus son. And we also talked about how it's not good to trauma dump on your children.
Yeah, leave your kids alone. But guys, we hope you enjoy this episode.
Seek therapy. Seek therapy. Okay. Yeah, enjoy. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to a brand new episode of the First Girl podcast. It's a brand new week. I hope you guys are well. You are healthy. I hope you're alive. That's the most important thing. How are you, Favour?
I'm good. This is so weird. Wow. You just spoke about, let's not have long intros. Is that part of the intro?
No.
Okay.
Can we just start talking?
Yeah, no, but what are we talking about? Start talking about what?
Okay, that's very rude of us to come onto the episode and just start talking. Let's ask the viewers how they're feeling.
How are you guys?
Okay, how are you feeling, Favour?
I'm feeling amazing, actually.
There we go.
Do you want me to give you the more detailed version?
That would be nice.
Well, I need more sleep. But apart from that, I'm feeling great.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Last week I was in a conversation and it was said that what you tend to find a lot of Christians, they'll mask their problems with, by the grace of God, everything is good.
Oh yeah. I say that to you all the time. It's that we have a lot of lingo that doesn't make sense. Because yeah.
But are you gonna ask me how I'm okay?
Oh yeah, how are you, Genevieve?
I'm doing great. It's my first week as a 25-year-old.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm fine. I've had a very busy week. I feel like since Sunday I've just been doing something.
Yeah, but haven't you been off this week?
No, I started my leave yesterday.
Because I was thinking, when you said to me you was busy, I think, busy doing what? I was like, what's she busy doing? I'm confused.
No. I started it yesterday and then I'm having all of next week off. But in terms of just work, home, everything, I've just been so busy. Like every single time I go to bed, I'm tired.
So what was you busy doing yesterday?
I had to drop my brothers off, pick them up. I had to cook.
That's amazing. What did you cook? Pasta?
No, actually I made lentils.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, like nice, like vegetable, with potatoes.
Who else ate the food? Just
everyone?
And your mum?
No.
Your mum didn't eat the food.
She doesn't really eat lentils like that, you know. It's mainly for me and my brothers.
Does your mum ever eat any food that you make?
Yeah. Look at this girl, distracted by technology.
I'm gonna
please
turn it off.
Please.
Okay. Wow, that's good. What else?
You.
What about Monday, Tuesday? What was you busy doing?
Wow.
No, because I don't understand.
I'm going to ask you, why haven't you been getting enough sleep?
Nah, I was doing my nails. I had to refresh them because I knew that I needed to last next week, so I cut them shorter and refreshed it. Okay, yeah, that's what I was doing.
All right, and the rest of the week?
Do you know what? I was just resting. I needed to rest.
Okay.
Mentally. But then, I'm not really... Because basically, I was taking how do I explain this? A lot of people message me. And I'm one person. I can't reply to everybody. So I'm like, you know what? Everybody, bye. Bye. I'm not replying. Literally, that's how it feels. I wake up some mornings, I feel a bit overwhelmed. And the thing is, I like to take my time to respond properly, even though sometimes when I text...
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
The English is not English.
Because I'm typing so fast. But I'm trying to make sure what I'm testing, you can get the gist of it. And what I'm getting, I'm like, you know what? I'm not replying to anybody. I'm tired. I can't. It's too much. So I took a break. But then I'll try and reply here and there. And then I was busy. I wasn't really busy, you know. If I'm being honest, I wasn't really. I was just chilling and resting because it was just a bit overwhelming messages. But yeah, that's it. Genevieve,
I'm trying to hold in my burp. I don't want you to call me disgusting, so I'm trying to hold it in. I don't think it's there anymore. Carry on.
I finished. I've actually finished.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
What are we going to introduce? We haven't actually introduced anything yet.
Hi, you're right. So I decided this week, not decided, I finally came up with something to talk about. Favour's very proud of me. She even gave me a trophy. Thanks, Favour.
I gave you a trophy.
In my head. You gave me something.
You know, I'll never do that.
So, you know what she was going to do on Sunday? She was about to embarrass me when talking about, you're going to get me a tiara and everything.
But I had to calm. Genevieve, because I had to respect the fact that you're very different. Oh, you know, you just reminded me of stuff I wanted to talk about. I was like, should I tell you? Outside camera, I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you on. Yeah, basically, something I've realized with Genevieve, she doesn't actually know how to accept love. No, I'm being serious. And I'm like, what kind of psychological assessment is this? I've been doing it for a few weeks. I was like, I'm just noticing there's a pattern here. If you compliment her, she's like, she doesn't know what to do with herself. It's like, Genevieve, it's all right. Breathe. Like, you can get good things. I just feel like sometimes I've just noticed, I'm like, I feel like you don't feel like you should be getting stuff, getting good things. I'm like, why? It's very weird. It's not just the birthday thing. Just in general, I've been noticing little things. I'm thinking, Genevieve, you can get. Can we try to be serious? This girl basically, my point is, I feel like you don't feel like you're deserving, but you are. Okay. And I'm trying to understand where that comes from. Is it from? Because it's not from you. It can't be. So I'm just trying to understand where that stemmed from. Like, where is it? Is it from just past experience with people, or you just don't feel like? I don't know. It's just something I've just observed anyway. That's all I wanted to say. So,
yeah, I need to go to therapy, innit?
So, Jennifer, why do you like to receive love? I'm being so serious.
I don't know. This is the first time I'm hearing of this.
No, exactly. This is perfect. So you can tell the viewers why you don't like to receive love.
Wow. Yeah. You're just gonna expose me like that.
It's not exposing. I thought you love being, what's the word?
Open.
Exactly. This is a chance for you to be open.
I don't know. I've never even thought of it that way, that I don't accept love. I don't know, you know.
Because something I noticed you do before you carry on talking, so it's probably give you more points, yeah? So let's say you're the type of person, when someone's giving you love, because you're trying not to accept it, you deflect by, what's the word? By being sarcastic, because you're trying to acknowledge. It's weird. I can't explain it. It's very weird. I'm like, Genevieve, it's okay. Because I used to be like that with like compliments, but apart from compliments, anything else, if you want to give me love, I'll accept it. But compliments, I find that cringe. That's the only thing I'm still like getting to know. But like accepting people, showing me love, I'll take everything. But you're very like, yeah, you got a big head anyway. What's that got to do with this? That's so random. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Hold on. Like, what's that to do with what I just said? I'm like, oh, deflecting. So I've noticed there's been a pattern. So there has to be, obviously you might not know exactly why, but like there could be something.
I honestly don't know. You've put me on the spot, you know.
Yeah.
I've never clocked this about myself.
I switched it on you. This girl thought she's like, I have new topics to talk about. I switched it on you. Maybe, do you think it's a sign of insecurity?
Can you expand on that?
Insecurity in the sense that if you don't feel like us, because I was talking to one of my friends about this, and it was a thing where we were both saying, I feel like I have this thing called, I think it's called imposter syndrome, when you don't feel like whatever you're doing, you sort of don't acknowledge
you don't belong.
You don't belong there, and you also don't acknowledge that you've achieved those things. So it's like you've detached yourself from your achievements. You're doing good things, but you don't see that as you. It's like, good things are happening, but it's not favored doing them. And that's low-key a sign of insecurity, because you don't feel like you're capable of doing those good things. So accepting love, for example, if you don't know how to accept love, it could be a thing where you don't feel like you should accept love, or you're not deserving of love, and that's also insecurity.
Is this because of the message that I sent you?
No, I've just noticed a long time ago, but I thought, let me tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it was ages ago, I noticed a long time ago. And it's ages ago, I was like, how do I tell Genevieve?
Why don't you say love?
Like, but I was thinking, I was trying to make sure my pattern, because when I notice something, I want to make sure I have enough evidence. So now you said, like, bam, she said it herself. She said it herself. I'm not going crazy. I was like, bam, I got the evidence now. I'm so happy. No, but I've noticed a long time ago, though. I've noticed ages ago.
I genuinely don't. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
This is psychologist. I thought you did psychology.
Doesn't mean I did it on myself. I don't know. Is it? I'm trying to think. Did my mom do anything?
Oh damn, not your mom.
Well, that's where it was sent from, your parents.
Not your mom. Maybe school. I don't know. Are you used to getting good things from people? I think I should start from there. This is open. This is confused. I love this so much. This is actually amazing. I'm loving this. So, I feel like an interviewer.
Oh God.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. If you're not used to actually, mama like me too. I'm not used to. If you give it to me, I'll be happy to take it. If you gave me, I'm like, thank you. Bring more. Maybe it's because, like, do you know what it is with me? Well, I'm slightly different. I feel like I deserve those things. Like, I genuinely feel like if someone's doing good things for me, I feel like, yes, I deserve them. But weirdly enough, if I achieve something, I don't feel like I deserve it. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing. So that's me. That's my part. But I don't know about you.
You think I know? I'm sitting here literally going through my entire childhood. Like, what happened? I honestly don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Why do I feel like I'm not deserving of love? I don't know. Why is that?
I'm not you.
No, I'm talking to myself. I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Why do I feel like I'm not deserving of love? What does it mean to deserve love? What does love mean?
Ooh. Why are we so deep from
I don't know.
Who actually said who told us to go
People just want to laugh with us, and here we are talking about what's love.
No, but seriously, what is love though? Do you remember last time at church we were talking about this, and I was saying how love is more of a sacrifice. The first time you came, like love is like, because to show love you have to sacrifice something, and you have to show them that you're willing to do this that's not something that you enjoy, to make them happy. So that's what I feel love is. It's very sacrificial, actually.
Yeah.
Because even the example of love that we know, which is Jesus, he literally sacrificed his life to show us that he loved us. And that's the ultimate sacrifice. Yeah. So love is sacrifice.
Has anyone sacrificed anything for me? I've sacrificed a lot for other people. Maybe that's what it is then, because I feel like I've given a lot and I've never received much back from it. It got to a point where I was just like, wow, if I haven't received anything up until this point, maybe I don't deserve it. Maybe there's something wrong with me. I don't know. Maybe.
Are you just saying that because you have to talk? Or...
No, I think maybe that's just part of it.
Maybe. But we can carry on talking about what you plan to talk about today.
Yeah.
We need to introduce the episode, Genevieve. Episode
16.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys.
Oh my God.
We're about to go into
that's
the
so
20s.
dead. Hi, guys.
Hola.
Welcome to episode 16.
Bonjour. Mbote. Annyeonghaseyo. Ni hao. Tacha hao. Guten Tag. I just wanted to show the people them that I'm very multicultural.
Okay. I know. I'm multilingual as well. I can say... Hola, ¿cómo estás?
That's not hello, but okay.
Yeah, I'm speaking Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah. You're interrupting me. Stop it. It's rude. Hola. Bonjour. What was that? No, bonjour.
It's so aggressive. Bonjour.
But I feel like French is such a very... French is a very, like...
It's actually not, you know. It's like, when
I was in France, what I heard on the, especially when we were trying to get the train, I feel like someone was trying to fight. I'm like, what? Like, it's a nice language, don't get it wrong, but I feel like, unlike Spanish, French comes across as a bit more like...
In your face.
In your face, yeah.
I guess so to some extent,
So for me to show my French, I have to put the deep voice.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Oui, oui.
Yeah. What's that one French word I know? J'ai appétit. No food. J'ai J Habitat. What am I exposing my own? J Habitat UK.
Right, we're going to talk about transactional relationships today, guys. So I finally came up with the topic. I was inspired by TikTok, and I feel like it's something that it's something that people are aware of, but they're not that aware of it that we can have conversations about it.
What happened?
We should have like our own version of Red Table Talk.
I would love that.
We should do it. If you want to join us, let us know.
I would absolutely love that. Like, as usual, I love being deep in it. So
honestly, if there's anybody who wants to be a part, what should we call it?
I don't know. I'll think about a topic, but yeah, it would be amazing.
Yeah,
maybe not red table, blue table.
Not blue.
Yeah,
I guess so.
It's still table, but just a different color. What color do you like?
We'll put an accent in the tableau.
Yeah. Blue tableau. Tableau.
Yeah. The second time was good.
Blue tableau.
But no, honestly, if there's anyone who wants to join us and just talk deeply about things and unpack, because I feel like, especially as immigrant children, there's a lot to unpack.
Who's the immigrant? Who?
Wow.
Who's the immigrant?
Wow.
That is so offensive.
Did you not come at the age of so and so?
I'm not an immigrant. I was born here.
That is something we also need to unpack.
No, I'm joking.
This is something we need to unpack
I'm not
as
even
well.
British.
But yeah, I think I feel like as immigrant children, right? I mean, if you're white and you want to join, that's absolutely fine. You can also be part of the conversation. But I feel like there's a lot that we need to unpack, and we're going to do the unpack table.
It's a bit wordy.
Yeah,
It's too much. Unpack table.
You're unpacking the table. Why don't you have those tables that you fold out?
Yeah, and I think blue tabla.
Okay, let's start talking. We have places to go after.
Yeah.
So in this week's episode, we are going to be talking about transactional relationships. Because like I said, it's something that we are aware of, but we're not that aware that we can have a conversation about it. So if we let me Google the definition of transactional.
I need to stop touching this mic.
You really do. The bondage is too strong.
Right,
Speaking of bondage, imagine before I caught the bus going into town, this lady comes in. I'm literally going out. She comes in. She's like, "Why?" And she starts singing some song. She puts her arms around me. Yeah, I was like, God. My God,
why do these things happen to you?
I don't know. And then she literally backed me in a corner. I was like, no. She's like, no, where you going? I said, whoa. Like, she literally backed me in a corner. I had to dip under her arm. I said, no. And then
excuse me?
When I tell you, I started to pray on the bus because these demons can come at you at any moment.
Wait, what?
She literally was touching my head, doing
a random stranger.
Like, she was with a partner. I think she might have been a bit. She wasn't sober, 100% not. But she, as soon as she saw me, she just like, "Hey, you did." She put an arm around me.
Somebody would just die. I need to stop saying dying though, but someone would just break a leg.
Stop breathing.
Because, excuse me.
I was just like, no, don't touch me. She's like, no, wait. She literally backed me in a corner where all the envelopes are. And there was a woman next to me. She was like, whoa. I said no. I tried to escape her. She started touching my face, my hair. I had to literally like dip under her.
I don't know how these things happen to you because that's crazy.
Literally. And then as soon as
we're in town.
No, by my house, you know, like those post offices.
Yeah.
Like the bus stop is outside of the thing. I'm literally leaving to go. This woman comes in and she starts doing all this nonsense. I don't know if I misheard her, but I swear she said P-U-S-S-Y. She said something like P-U-S-S-Y. I was just like, she's like, "Oh, you're pretty, yeah." And then she said P-U-S-S-Y. I think she said, "You've got P-U-S-S-Y." And then she called me pretty. I said, God, I don't know who is trying to come and attack me, but today is not the day.
That actually just threw me off. What? What?
How do you think I felt?
That's crazy.
Even when I walked to the bus stop, I can still hear her talking.
That is crazy. People are actually mad. Wow. Okay,
so transactional relationship is a relationship this talks about marriage. Transactional relationships are built on the expectation for reciprocation. Both individuals are concerned with how they will benefit. Individuals are self-serving, making sure they get as much as they can from the relationship for a set amount of work in return. So, Favour, first question. Do you think that you have a transactional relationship with your parents?
Okay. I feel like yes and no. Because my parents, they don't really require anything from me. If I don't do it, it's not a thing where they'll be like, after all I've done for you. I know some people have that, but I don't have that. So it's never a thing of like, after what I did for you, you don't want to do it for me. So I always feel the need to always repay people back anyway. Just because it's not even a thing of I'm trying to measure up, or I'm trying to make sure I'm I don't know. I just feel the need when someone does something good for me.
You just want to.
I want to do it back.
Yeah,
as simple as. So it's like that could come across as transactional because they're doing something good for me. I'm doing it back. I guess, but it's not. My mindset is not in the sense that I'm trying to repay them back. It's just because I feel like they also deserve something good because you did something good for me. So, but with my parents, there's been a lot of times where I didn't do anything and they don't really care. So it's not that, but sometimes it can come across as transactional based on the fact that I'm a firstborn. Because there's certain things that my parents wouldn't ask my siblings, but they would expect me to not complain about it. That they will ask me, is like, but. And I'm like, what do you mean? Things like sending emails, I'm sorry. All of us, nobody's a child in this house. Not one person's a child. But apparently I have the best fingers. I studied English linguistics because what am I writing? Kind regards. Is that English? So that in that sense is like this. What they expect me to do and not say no to is like they wouldn't ask my brothers or my siblings, and for some reason like, I'm the only one that could do it. That's in that sense. Yes, sometimes it's like. If I say no now, what happens? I can say no, but I know it's not gonna be like nice.
It's not the final.
Like, please, I feel bad. But I'm like, why are you not asking anybody else? I even sending text messages. Just a few little things like that. It's like, yes, because I feel like I have to do it because they're always doing good things for me. So I can't just send an email. I shouldn't just be like, I'm not gonna send that because yes and no. Like there's times where I feel like, but. Majority no. I personally don't have that with my parents. Like, not gonna lie, I don't really. If I don't do anything back for them, I don't feel like they would ever be like, I hate you. Get out my house. I don't know. And even seeing my siblings as well. Like sometimes they don't do nothing, literally. And my parents are still very much.
I love you. You're my child. Yeah.
So what about you?
I'd probably say the same, I don't think it's a case of, I've done this for you, now you need to do this for me. I've raised you, now you got to do this for me. There's not that, but there's... I don't think we have a transactional relationship. But when it comes to money, sometimes it is.
Oh, okay. Explain.
Sometimes. Like, for example, let's say that, like... I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know, let's say that I get my mum to pay for something or something like that. And then the next time she'll be like, can you give me like £10 to pay for like the gas or something, like the petrol. Because, I like bought you this or I paid money towards this. It's not all the time. It doesn't happen very often.
Okay.
But there is cases of that, especially with my mum. But overall, there's not a case of because I did this for you, because I feed you, because you live under my house and you're still 25, like I expect you to. There was a time when I was paying rent.
You told me so you're not paying anymore.
No.
Oh, what changed? That doesn't make sense. So they're making you pay rent when you had less.
My mum's pettiness. My mum is very petty.
That literally doesn't make any sense.
It's my mum's pettiness.
I don't know if... can I talk about it?
I don't know. What are you going to say? Why?
Now, I've already basically said it. You was earning less money and they were making you pay rent. But now you're earning more. You're not paying rent.
Yeah. It's literally my mum was very petty. She was very petty.
So the whole purpose of that wasn't because she wanted your money, just because she wanted to be petty?
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
100% favor.
Wow.
I know.
Because remember that time, I was really annoyed. I remember I was ranting to Mom. I was like, Mom, how do they make her pay rent, knowing fully what her like situation now? Obviously, because I knew it wasn't permanent, but I just knew that it literally didn't make any sense for you to pay rent because you was literally paying what you had. And I'm like, why would any? It logically made no sense. Now you can pay it. now that you can. Wow, that's
it's
crazy.
Literally because my mom's paying us.
She really want that
Basically, to give you guys some context, right? So I was working the sales job that we always talk about. It basically had a promise that if you do really well and you succeed, you'll get to management and you get your own office and your own company, which it does happen. There's people that have, but it's not for everyone. At least like 10% of people get to that stage. Everyone else just leaves and quits, right? My mom hated that job for one of many reasons. It was mainly commission. She hated the fact that I literally spent all day outside. And what was the other reason? And yeah, it was just something obviously she just didn't want me doing, which, you know what, fair enough, I should have listened to her, but me being stubborn and wanting to succeed, I was just like, no. So it got to a point, because at the start of it, I never used to pay rent. This is how it started. I was helping her pay for Jaden's nursery.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
And then something in between that, something happened, and then because I think when you're like 3 years old, like the government pays for like if you're part-time nursery, like they pay for the nursery fees, and then something happened in between that annoyed my mom, and she started saying, okay, in replacement, obviously Jaden's now going to nursery for free, you now have to start paying me for the rent. She said this certain amount, and it would be a case of like a week before I have to pay. She'd be like, Jen, next week you have to pay me. And I used to be like, Mom, oh my God, okay, I get it. And it's literally just because Mom, she was just petty. She didn't like the job because I didn't listen to her.
That is so mad to me.
It is.
Wow.
It is. Don't get me wrong. My mom is a lovely woman. She's a woman of God. She's amazing. But us and our emotions sometimes. Yeah. My mom's pettiness got me in that situation.
Wow. Yeah, transactional financially, I've never really had that with my parents. Because sometimes she's even saying to me, because sometimes I'm like, Mom, but let me, she's like, no, don't touch. She feels need for, like, I shouldn't pay for anything, but sometimes like, she looks at me like, what are you trying to do? Is it your £5 going to make me? And I feel very insulted.
like, I'm trying to give you something.
I'm like, can I just pay? I think it's like, to me, I think she sees me, the way she sees me is like this little child. What do you want to give me, £10? Move, like, move. But like, I've given like a huge amount of money, sums of money before, but I've never, me though, I don't know how they see it, but I don't really try to think about, how much I'm giving, because mentally it's not even healthy. Because if I start keeping records of everything I'm giving financially, it actually affects me. Because you start thinking, hold on, why don't people want to pay me back? And these people I'm talking about my family. So what's the point? So I genuinely, whenever I give, one rule I say to myself, with friends, family, anybody, if I borrow you, if someone says to me, can you borrow me money? Mentally, I've detached myself from that money. Because if I'm borrowing you that money, it means it's spare money. So if I'm going to give it to you, it's not going to hurt me as much. And if I don't get it back, it's not the end of the world.
Exactly, yeah.
If I can't give it, I'm not going to, I'll say, if you're asking, I'll be like, I can't give you if I can't. But if I'm able to borrow you money, I've literally just ignored it. I wouldn't chase you for the money. I find it awkward. It's very cringe.
Especially when you're dealing with someone who takes your money and they know they're not going to give it back to you.
It's very
like, why put yourself through that drama?
So I just don't. So when it comes to money, I try not to be as emotionally attached, because money is dangerous, man. Do you know how dangerous that thing? That's
the way I've seen it.
Paper.
Even with family, it's mad.
It's made me see people a different way. People that I thought were calm and collected and just reasonable, all because of money.
Nah,
they start losing their heads.
Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. The thing is, the reason why I'm like that when it comes to money, the way that I am with everything in life, I'm very nonchalant about money. If I don't have it, I don't have it. If I have it, I'll give. I don't mind. But that's why I try not to put myself or getting myself in situations where, I'm not even giving away money, but the person I'm giving it to. Like, that's why I try not to put myself in that situation where I have to borrow. Like, the amount of times that, especially in that job, like, for example, my leader, like, because obviously when you first start out on a commission, like, you'll be spending a lot of money having to go to places, and then you're still waiting for the money that you're making to come through. He'd be like, oh, Jenny, let me pay for this, or do you want me to buy you food? I'll be like, I'd be like, no, because I hate it. Because it's a case of, if I'm now in a situation where I can't pay you back, I'll feel really guilty, and I don't like that. So when I see people, the way that they react when it comes to money, like, it baffles me.
It brings out the worst out of people.
100%.
So I'm quite sensitive with who I get myself involved with financially. Some people, it could seem like a joke, but I'm not gonna lie, I take it very seriously, because I've seen how people react. I know personally, me, I'm able to control myself. But then I don't know how that person's going to react if anything was to... Not I don't know. Anything negatively was to happen with money. And most times, 90% of the time, I've never really borrowed money from anybody because of that. Because I'm really scared of the reaction. So if I can't afford it, I'm just going to wait till I have the money. And
literally...
I'll firm it until I have the money.
The past week and a half, my skincare, my cleanser... It's right, I got paid now,
You're
but
so
I'm okay.
dramatic.
No, but Favour, for me and my skin...
She even said, I'm going to walk to your house. Well, that's what I was like, I'm not even going to... I'm just... Yeah.
No, because I was expected to get paid tomorrow, and then I saw a notification from Lloyd's that said...
You're a rich woman.
Hey.
Wow. Money.
Don't come to me. Don't ask me for money.
Come to her.
No.
I have her personal email and her address.
Please.
And number.
Okay. Next point, in terms of transactional relationships, let's talk about African parents versus Western parents.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's... Okay, so the reason why I say this, is because I have seen... Again, I'm talking about it in, like, monetary... money-wise.
No, not again this week. We're not doing it. We're not going to do it. Say the word properly.
Money. Yeah, yes. There's been times where I've literally seen my grandma call my mum, and my mum looks at the phone, she says, I'm not answering, because she knows what it's going to be about.
Yeah.
Or it's a case of, like, let's say my mum finally picks up and she'll be like, my grandma will be like, why don't you call me? I'm here after everything I did for you when you were here. I'm your mother. How can you do this to me? So that's what I want to talk about, because I feel like, do you have any thoughts? Let me marinate my thoughts.
Oh, say your question again. African parents
versus Western. Or if you want to take it that way, African, or let's say immigrant parents that haven't been in the Western side of the world that long, and they still have that mindset.
Do you know what it is? There's a lot of angles. So there's one angle, African parents, they're limited by what they know. So is Western parents. Everyone is, the way people act is based on what their environment shows, what they've seen people in their past, their family. So they're limited to what they know. So when they do certain things, it's like, oh, it's because that's how you was brought up. And there's that angle. There's also an angle of, I'm trying to think, the African parents that live in the UK that still carry that African mentality, knowing fully well it doesn't work, but they don't want to accept it doesn't work. So there's two angles. There's the angle of where you're limited by location, this is all you see, and that's all you know. And there's the angle of where you know that it's not working,
and you still carry on.
But you want to carry on because that's what you're comfortable with, actually. I think it's more comfortability, because it's like, I'm comfortable using this approach because this is what I feel like will kind of work, even though I don't explain this way, because sometimes when I see some parenting skills, I'm thinking, do you really think hitting your kid is going to work? You know fully well when you was a child and you was getting beat, it didn't work for you.
Not at all. Because
after a while, you get numb to it, and it's just like, oh, it's just physical pain. I don't care. And that, what hurts more is not even physical pain. But what hurts more is more of the words, because that's gonna leave an impact on you.
100%.
Because physical pain, you don't remember pain. You know? Do you know you don't actually remember pain, like physical pain?
That's why everything was hurt every single month. I feel like it's worse.
Because I remember I was saying this to someone, and the person was like, no, that's not true, you remember pain. I'm like, no, you don't. You can remember how you felt, you can try and tell yourself how you felt, but you don't actually remember the actual pain.
You just remember
that you was in pain and you was screaming.
Yeah.
But you don't actually, which is why people keep doing the same thing and hurting themselves more and more and more, because you don't actually remember pain. So they probably just thought, oh, yeah, it worked for me before, I'll do it again.
Yeah, no, they'll be like, oh, my behavior changed. I became quiet, so it works.
See,
now
and
you were
but-
traumatized, darling.
exactly,
You were
and it probably
traumatized.
was. There was a lot of stuff that contributed to that. It wasn't just the beating. There's that. I also wanted to talk about, because I'm talking about negative sides of African parenting, but there's also a negative side to Western parenting. I feel like sometimes they don't know how to draw the line between friendship and parent.
Okay.
So a lot of them would do a thing where, oh, you can come to me, which is good. You can your kids should be comfortable with you to tell you anything, but then they shouldn't be, your children shouldn't be familiar with you to a point where they lose the respect and forget that you are the parent.
It's a bit of a digression. I was listening to the Receipts podcast, and they were talking about, okay, this is about to get a bit on the naughty side, but there was about
I don't know how parenting has to do.
No, listen, I'm going to get to it.
Okay.
So apparently there was a show or something, and one of them watched, and basically one of the ladies on there said that she teaches, she's very open about the conversation and teaching about masturbation with her kids. Do you want me to block it out?
Carry on, yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm getting to it. Then she said, to the point where if she knows that, how can I word this without it sounding mad? Basically, she said that she wants her daughter to feel comfortable. I mean, obviously, let's take away the Christian side of things, but she wants her daughter to feel comfortable doing it and knowing that she's doing it. And I was like, why are you why is that a thing between the relationship between like do you know what I mean? Like,
So you don't agree with that?
that's disgusting,
okay.
bro. And the mom was even like, for her 18th birthday, she'd buy her a toy, and I said,
yeah, man.
What?
Some people, the line is so blurred, like they completely forget that they should be a parent and you should guide your kids.
It's mad.
Because that to me doesn't make any sense.
No, and that's why I linked it, because it's like, how are you, like, okay, educate your child, but she's not your best friend. You're a 40-year-old woman and your child's like 15. You should not be knowing about.
And it also, when I talk about the thing about respect, because when I've had a lot of clients that are they have Western families. That's the best way to describe them. And I've seen how some of them talk to their parents, and it's shocking. Like, being able to swear at your parent. Do you know what's even mad? Some people can't even swear at random strangers, but they're comfortable enough to swear at their parents. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this is mad. Like, I'm here doing your hair. You will not dare say, are you crazy to swear at me? But you're comfortable enough to swear at you and say to her, F you, get out, you're disturbing me, get out, to your own mom. And then in the same breath, you say to me, oh, I love her so much. You're confused. It's
the parents' fault. I remember I was on the bus. I don't know if I might have been going back home from work. I literally heard a woman call her daughter was in a pram, so maybe 3-4 years old. She was calling her daughter the D word. She was like, stop moving, you D word. Oh, loud, I mean on the bus, but like loud. Why are you calling your daughter a D head? Because I had my earphones in, and it wasn't until we were getting off, and then I turned it down, and she was like, oh, stop moving, you D-head. I said,
yeah, that's the thing. So it's like, even though there's a lot of like African parenting is very toxic, but also
there's respect in it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, even though it's fearful.
Yeah,
like, I don't want to die. Even though it's that, but at least people still respect their parents.
Nah.
But here, sometimes some of the things I see, honestly, it just baffles me. Like, how do you get to that level where you can swear? No swearing at your parents. That one, I can't. I don't think I'll ever be able to comprehend how someone can do that to their parent. Like, just like one person was even saying to me, if my mom gets me angry, I'll just knock her out. I said, what?
Hey, she carried you.
I said, what?
For 9 months.
And I was like, what do you mean? It's like, I mean, like when I'm playing my PlayStation. If she annoys me, I'll swing it at her face. Like, who is she? I'm like, but she's your mom. Then again, I'm thinking to myself, what's my business? Your mom your mom has let you get to this comfortability. Because
exactly.
How were you able to? The first time you want to swing, before you're swinging, R.I.P. That's what's going to be happening, because you're going to be joining someone else. Might not be God, but someone else. Because how dare you? How dare you? God. The next few minutes is R.I.P. Literally everywhere. R.I.P.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know.
All of us, you just fell to
It
the
just happened so
floor.
fast.
Flash before my eyes.
Lights.
One minute he was there, the next
Next
he
minute
was
it was gone. Simple, because you're crazy.
You can't.
To want to swing as you're swinging.
Hey!
No slow motion. Swing now. Come on, swing.
Nah, but it's mad. It is.
Do you know what I mean?
Actually
Like
is.
some of the things like he's like, I can see both ends, because a lot of people want to. I feel like some people don't actually realize they say that I want to have the Western parenting, but it's not even the
really
best
don't.
sometimes, because
There's no discipline.
It's like I feel like this is both of them needs there has to be some type of merging of both. An element where you see your parents as parents and also being able to comfortably speak to them.
Yeah.
But not too comfortable. Because that's the thing, people don't realize being too comfortable is not good. It's not actually a good thing. You shouldn't be too comfortable to a point where you can just say anything, because then our minds sometimes doesn't understand where to draw the line.
Yeah.
And sometimes the child might actually have good intentions, but because they're so used to being overly comfortable, they don't even know how to control themselves.
Yeah.
Because now they're seeing, that's just my friend. But no, that's your parent. Like, people say, oh, let me just keep quiet, man. I'm stressed.
She's stressed out, lads.
I just don't
She's
understand.
actually stressed out. But African versus Western. I think.
Which one do you prefer, actually? If it said to you, there's a gun to your head now, why are you moving? There's a gun to your head. You must choose African or Western parenting.
Western but black. Western but black. Western but black.
Well, what does that mean?
You know exactly what it means.
I don't actually know what you mean. What do you mean? What does
Western? But I'm not going to allow them to swear at me.
Western but black?
You know what? Forget it. I know exactly. If you know what I mean, like, subscribe, and comment, and follow, and tweet and retweet.
You just mixed both of them. That's not fair. I think that didn't answer the question.
Okay, I'd say Western with discipline.
You're still mixing both.
No. Okay, no. Because
Actually, not to be fair, some Western people do have good discipline, though. So,
so I'd say Western with discipline.
Yeah.
Because as a psychologist that I am, what are you turning your head for? Keep your head still.
Wait,
Are you a robot? Keep your head still.
I'm confused.
Keep your head still.
Am I not allowed to move my own head?
You're not.
My own head.
Or when I'm talking, you're not allowed to move.
No,
Anyway,
stop me then.
What was I going to say? I told you.
Okay, carry on.
As a psychologist that I am, I'm not about trauma. I think we should try to eliminate trauma as much as possible. I think we should heal ourselves from trauma. So, and a lot of old-fashioned traditional African parenting is trauma-inducing. So I'd say Western, but definitely discipline, because I just can't have you talking back at me. I can't have you raising your voice at me. I can't have you...
Talking back is inevitable. It would happen, because even sometimes, no matter how much you respect somebody, there's heated moments when you get angry and you talk back. But it's what you say when you talk back. That's my problem. I'm not gonna say, oh, my kids will never argue with me. What? They're human. They're probably gonna have moments when they're just angry and they would say things back, but what they say in those moments will show you how much they respect that person. So in the moment of heated anger and they say F you, then they don't care for you. But the thing where they're saying, Mom, leave me alone. Like, clearly they're still able to hold back. Do you get it?
There was a moment where I was in the kitchen and me and my mum, we were having a discussion about something. It got a bit heated, didn't it?
Yeah.
And before that, my mum told me to clean the dishes. I'm getting heated. I thought, you know what? Let me walk out. As soon as I started walking out, come back here. Come clean the dishes. I said, okay.
Are you serious? Wow.
No, because obviously I'm walking away. I'm like, I'm basically turning my back on her.
Yeah.
And she was like, excuse me, where do you think you go? And come clean the dishes. I said, okay, Mum.
Yeah, that's the only thing. It's not just about, like, talking back is fine. Actually, it's not fine.
It's not, yeah.
But if it happens, isn't it? But it's just what they say when they talk back. But yeah.
The next point I wanted to talk about is I mean, obviously we can only talk about it from our perspective, but how is transactional relationships, how does it differ between the daughter and the son? Do you feel like
that there's a difference?
Yeah.
Why are you like this?
From a firstborn perspective.
Do you know what? This again it depends on how you're seeing it. Because from a girl perspective, it's more on the emotional side. So transactional is more like, it's like some parents is that they see the first daughter as like an extension of them. So the mom is like, that's the second mom. That's my person. So anything that needs to be done, that's like my right arm. I need anything that I know if she's there, things are okay. I need her. So it's like, if you don't, because they feel like they give you stuff, even though sometimes they don't give you anything. Literally just empty air. Nothing is there, but they feel like they give. They genuinely feel like they're giving you something. Yeah. By making you exist. And you're like,
did I ask to be born?
Where's the emotional support? Where's the I'm here for you, daughter?
Where's the hug?
Where's
I
the
love
hug?
you.
Where's the affection? But anyways, like, because they feel like just making you exist, some people, this is the extreme bad end. They feel like the fact that you're the daughter and you exist, then you should now do stuff for them because that's your position. Whereas with boys, it's not that direct of a thing where they're expecting to do things from an emotional standpoint. It's more like, you're a man, so if you can contribute, it will look good on you. I can't explain. It's really weird. It's like
that TikTok song. That TikTok sound. That's a black king right there.
Yeah, it's like if they do stuff, do good things. It's like, oh, see, you feel better if you do it, but I'm not requesting it from you. I don't think for a lot of firstborns I see, I don't really see them as people that their parents are requesting them to do anything. It's like if they do it, it's nice. If they don't do it, they'll be like, oh. But that's where it ends. It's not a thing of like, oh my gosh, you're a disgrace because you didn't do it. Whereas the firstborn daughter, it's like, if you don't do it, it's like, how dare you not? What do you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being biased based on my position, but it's just something I've noticed. I feel like 100%. A lot of the first males that I've seen, they're not required as much emotionally. It's more like finances, but finances, anyone can do finances. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
it's not a thing of a position. Anybody can contribute financially. Whereas emotionally, not everyone's capable of like providing those emotional support. Like I genuinely feel like the fact that we're firstborns, we've been programmed and trained to hold on to more stuff, to be able to take on more and be able to give more advice because of what we've been given. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
no, I understand.
We've been through so much that we can give advice because we have been through it. Like, we have everything. What angle do you want to go back? What? That angle? Yeah, I've been through that. What angle do you want to bring for me? We're not surprised.
That's why I feel like even though I've never been in a relationship, I can give good relationship advice.
Okay, well.
I'm being dead serious.
Okay. But my point is, we've experienced so much that we are able to give advice, and it seems like we're more knowledgeable. No, not really. We've experienced a lot more because you've given us more. The more you're given, the more you're required, right?
And also, because there's that expectation that you're just meant to know, you have to figure it out. So you have to know anyway.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like with the firstborn son, it's just like, no, it's okay. Just take care of this. If you can do that, that's fine. Whereas with you, it's like, so have you figured out how I can
my daughter
get back in, contact? How can I fix my relationship with your auntie? No, okay, figure it out.
Yeah,
figure it out.
I don't know, but then again, like I said, we might just be biased because obviously we're talking from our experiences.
Yeah.
Some firstborn sons may have a completely different experience.
Yeah. Do you think? Sorry, I just clicked in your face. Do you think? Because I'm thinking about firstborn sons. Yeah. Do you think that they might have to take on emotional more if they have a single mother?
100%.
Because then it's like you have to be the dad.
Yeah, that completely changes everything. That's the example I was giving.
Look at this grandma cup Favor gave me.
Yeah, no. Do you want to tell the story why I gave it a cup? I think I should. No, don't touch me because you want to embarrass me.
Hey, it's okay. What? No, it's a beautiful cup. I didn't say anything bad about it. I think it's gorgeous. Carry on, what's your story? No. What were you going to say before? I don't know how Favor puts up with me,
Anyways, the thing you mentioned about firstborn boys in a single family.
Yeah.
Complete, because the example I was giving was from I ideal, like mom and dad family household. But when there's a firstborn boy, and he's literally the man of the house.
Yeah.
He's the firstborn girl.
No, he is.
That we talk about.
Oh my God, he is.
Yeah, he's gonna have a lot more. Like, he has to be a parent, he has to be a friend, he has to be a brother.
Yeah.
He has to make sure he's providing emotionally and financially. He has to make sure he's giving good advice, because there's no other father. They're looking at him as the father, and he's not having anyone to look up to because he's his own person. He's only take. Yeah. It's completely different.
We're here for you. We understand you.
Yeah, I feel like they will probably relate more with the firstborn girls.
Yeah.
A lot more, because the dynamic is completely changed. But yeah.
Wow, that was that. Right, moving on to the next one. Trauma dumping on children.
Do you want to? I think you should start off first.
What do you think I should start off first?
Because you can start off.
Yeah, it's like I think it comes in with the things that you said about maybe familiarity, but then I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah, like we can't take your burdens, man.
Okay,
we really can't.
This is what I'm gonna say. I watched this. Do you remember that psychologist woman called Inyala?
Yes.
Yeah,
but she's like, not on my watch.
Yeah, I don't know why you hit yourself.
Because she hits the table. She's like, not on my watch.
A lot of the stories she had with the families and issues of families and breakup and all that stuff. There was a lot of like. What do you call it again?
Trauma dumping.
Like that was a pattern I noticed. Like a lot of the parents were dumping their emotional stress on the kids, and then the kids react, and they're like, "Why are you reacting?" But if you're constantly telling me things, negative things about what you're going through, I want to help.
Exactly.
And me, if I feel like I can't help you, I feel helpless, then I'm gonna react negatively. I'm gonna be angry.
You're just sitting there, yeah.
I'm gonna be, because if I can't help you with, you'll come back every day saying to me you're stressed at work, and I can't give you a new job. That's going to affect me emotionally, and now I'm going to be angry because now I feel useless. I can't help you with your job, and here I am, and you're telling me this every day, and you expect me to be normal.
And then after that, years later, when the parent is finally at a place where they're fine, they're like, why is my child like this?
Yeah.
Like, what happened to you?
Literally.
I gave you food, I gave you a house, I gave you this. You gave me trauma.
That's what the Inyala thing was talking about. She was like, you've been dumping all this emotional trauma on your kids, and now you're shocked that they're reacting the way they're reacting. You're the cause of it. And the person usually like, oh,
what, really?
Oh my God.
I didn't realise I was doing that.
I feel like one of the reasons why parents do that is because sometimes people, like, know how there's a thing of like, keep everything in the family and no one should know what's happening. So all the family issues stays within the family,
especially within African families.
Yeah, it's a big thing. No, like, it has its good side and bad side.
Yeah,
but anyways, I'll talk about it later. But there's like, keep things in the family. So in the sense of trying to keep the family's image strong, they would avoid telling their friends.
But then they tell their
kids. So they're telling their kids big adult. Do you know how I started hearing things that I never understood from the age of 7. And I'll tell you what, I didn't know what he was talking about.
But you just internalized it.
And I'll sit there and just look. And yeah.
And it's not 2 years later, you're just sitting on the bus, you're thinking, you thought, whoa, wait.
Yeah. Randomly.
Yeah.
I've had moments when randomly it makes sense to me what they were talking about. Like, why were they telling me about that at that age?
Yeah.
But it's because they're trying not to tell, like, they want to vent to somebody, but they don't want to tell their friends because they don't want their friends to know what's happening to them.
You know what it is? The old-fashioned, traditional, whatever you want to call it, African individual does not believe in therapy.
Oh, yeah. Well, what's that?
They don't
what is therapy?
In therapy.
It doesn't exist.
God, I mean, I'm not disclaiming that God is, I mean, 100% he is, but God has created these people so they can help us.
Of course. It's like saying I'm not going to go to the hospital because I believe in God. You're dumb. Stay there.
Die.
Stay there.
Go.
What do you mean? These people are there. Do you think these people had their minds from nowhere? God gave people knowledge that people are there for their purpose to do what they're supposed to do. But yeah.
I feel like African... When I'm saying about African parents, I mean, obviously, like, you know, our parents and stuff.
Yeah.
They don't believe in therapy. They don't believe in having... Even because therapy or counselling, whatever you want to call it, they don't have something that's outside of their circle, outside of their union that can give them a perspective that's not emotionally attached and that's very logical. So now, because they don't believe in that or they don't have that, they think, well, I can't tell anyone in church, I can't tell people, my friends or anything, and then family might judge me. Oh, 5-year-old favourite. You know what? Your mum is so stressed today. You want to know why? And then, you know what it is as well? I think it's because at that age, we don't know anything. We don't have anything to say. So it's kind of like we're feeding into their idea of what the situation is. Because there's no other adult that's sitting there and telling them, well, actually, maybe you shouldn't have reacted that way, or maybe think of it from this. There's nobody there to tell them. And that's just kind of reinforcing that whatever their opinion and their thoughts is on that opinion, on that situation, it's the right one. Because what is 6-7-year-old Jen gonna say about this?
Yeah, literally, that's perfect, because that goes into what I was gonna say about it's linked to pride. Because pride was limited, because you don't want someone to tell you something you don't want to hear. Sometimes, like when people seek advice, it's more like they want you to confirm that they're right. And if they know fully well that if you're gonna tell an adult this situation, there's a 50% chance of them disputing and showing you that you're actually wrong. So why not take the 100% chance, knowing that my kid is not going to say anything, and then go to them? And also, they don't want people outside to know what's happening. It's because you want to present an image of a perfect family, perfect this, perfect that, and yet you're inside the household, things are not going well because your kid of 5 years old is carrying trauma that she would never understand, or he would never understand.
I am well, sister, by the grace of God. God is working.
Mine is when they become like when they get old and they start acting out. They're like, why? Like, you know, you said before, after all I've done for you.
Why do you want to leave me? I've given you a house, and I came here to this. This is another thing. I feel like a lot of African parents, I feel like they believe that because they took us out of a certain country, a certain situation, they brought us here, they gave us an education, there's money, there's food on the plate, there's now that kind of thing of, okay, so why are you leaving me? Why are you not giving me this? Because I sacrificed us leaving a war to come to this, which obviously it's not bad, but at the same time, I did not ask you to do that. I did not ask you to give birth to me. I don't owe you anything now. As a parent, you gave birth to me. You took me out of that situation for our whole family. Like, you're meant to look after me. You're meant to take me out of that, so why don't I have to grow up with trauma? But now you add the trauma onto it, and now you're expecting me to do this and that because you took me out of Congo.
Mad. I personally can't relate to that. But
neither can I, by the way.
But I can see how that could be a potential thing, because there's this weird sense of, I brought you to this world. What do you mean? What do you actually mean?
I pushed you out.
It's almost like I created it. There's one I used to hear before is, I'm the God you're going to see. I've heard that before, because and some people say in the Bible, Bible says respect your parents.
My mum loves to bring that up.
It's one of the commandments.
She loves to bring it up.
Bible also says respect your kids. So it's a mutual respect. But anyways, it's like, it's that thing of like, I brought you here. What do you mean?
Or the ones that be like, I brought you here, I can take you out. Bloody hell.
I've heard that as well. A lot of Americans use that one as well.
The Americans are another, I don't know if it's trauma from slavery, but they're on another level, you know.
I know. It's really bad.
Like, it's actually mad.
It's really, really bad.
It's mad. But next one.
That trauma dumping thing is a big thing. Before you move on, it also is like when you're dumping these things of in the sense of you ranting, where do you feel like that information is going? Yeah. If I'm dumping something on you, where is it going? It's staying in your mind, right?
Exactly.
So doesn't it make sense to be aware of the information you're dumping to that child? Even though you feel like it's going to make you feel better, think about maybe sacrifice your feeling better for your child's mental health. And because you think, I want to feel better just because you know what it is, sometimes people don't think about the future. All they think about is now. It's like, now if I rant, I feel better. But they're forgetting that rant, information doesn't go anywhere. Information, it has to go somewhere. That information has to go somewhere. You might not see it now, but it's stayed. You've planted a seed in that child's mind that child didn't need to know. So you've said that information, not thinking, I've just said it, I feel better now. Now it's stayed in that child's subconsciousness, and then slowly as they're getting older, it's now creeping out slowly, and acting out in odd behaviors. And now you're thinking, what's demons? It's not demons.
It's really not demons. Favorite, that that demon excuse.
Please. Sometimes leave demons alone. They're tired. They're actually tired. Every day demons. Leave them. Demons is resting. You bring your own trauma and they stop the demon. Demons like, me again. Demons like,
I'm trying to kill you, babe.
It's like demons like, me again. Me again. Sis, you need to stop now because I ain't doing nothing.
I can't even come to you. I can't even possess you.
So
there's too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Sometimes demons think it's a bit too much drama, I think you have a lot for yourself.
I feel like I'm going to leave this now. All right, God, this is your child,
Honestly,
bro. Deal with it.
Every day, demons. Not you. 5 years of telling your child about, I don't have money for the house. I'm homeless. Child think I'm going to die if I'm homeless. At 5 years old, if you're saying to me I have no money, the child probably because you know what it is, kids expand stuff. Like, at that age, we're very impressionable, so we don't understand reality. So when you're saying something, it's like they exaggerate to the point where it becomes a bigger thing. Like I remember I was watching documentaries again. Anyways, basically, documentary I was watching was about the minds and how human behavior. And apparently, a lot of our memories are not actually accurate. They're all a lot.
Yeah, it's very distorted.
It's distorted. So we've created, based on a lot of stuff that we've experienced now, we've added that to our memories and we've created things that didn't actually happen. Because basically our documentary was about people giving their stories of what happened in 9/11.
Like eyewitnesses.
Yeah, and a lot of people were saying stuff and they were not actually there.
It wasn't adding up.
They were like probably 30 minutes away from the situation, but because they've watched a lot of videos, they've actually imagined themselves being there, that they've created a narrative that's not true.
Yeah.
And I watched a few other experiments where they'll tell, if they brought a bunch of people who have never stolen their lives, but throughout the whole day they kept giving them stories of people stealing, and then at the end they asked them, have you stolen? They're like, yeah, I've stolen, but they've never stolen before. But they've believed that story. But it's like, so you have kids, let's say you're saying to the child, I don't have money. The child's gonna grow up and think, there was a point where we were homeless, or we didn't have food,
really bad,
we didn't have any, and that probably didn't happen.
No,
because that child is now exaggerated that story. Now they're like, oh my God, I've been through a lot. Life is not good for me because we didn't have anything to eat.
Bearing in mind, your mum was probably waiting till next week to get a paycheck. She had like £30.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because of the way the information was given at that young age, it's not correct. But anyways, don't, guys, parents, if you listen to us, don't do it.
And it's like, you can't expect for your child, whether you're self-aware or not, like I'm trying to think, right, for example, let's say you go to your child, right, your daughter, and you're like, oh, you know what, me and your dad are having some issues with our marriages, he keeps doing this, he keeps doing that, he keeps da-da-da.
That one,
and then when your daughter comes and says, you know what,
I don't want to get married.
You're like, but why? Marriage is so important, it's not this, and like you just... Like, the daughter's like, no, because what you've been telling me, what I've been hearing, it's not what I want for myself. And then you're there wondering, what is it?
Like, every demon, I break them. Demons. Mom, stop it, because you scared me. You actually scared me. You told me about all the men. No, this is not my mom. I'm in character, guys.
Yeah, she's in character.
But yeah,
what's your character's name?
Susan.
No, not Susan.
Rachel.
Dear Rachel.
Yeah, you told me about all the men that have done stuff to you. I had the men are useless, men don't have money, and now I'm saying to you I don't want to get married. You're saying to me, demons, I break that curse. No, because
my daughter will get married in the name of God.
And I'm hearing, God, 1
o'clock in the morning. You look like,
she must marry. She must marry.
What's that TikTok when it's like, Jesus? God forgive us. Oh my God.
No, honestly, man. It's so bad. It's just the fact, you know what? It's the way they act so confused for me.
What went wrong? It's your friends.
No,
it's your friends that influencing
one auntie in the village. One auntie.
It's the auntie. Because when I was young, I remember she came to me and did this. Now she's come for you. No, Mum, it's you.
It's you. It's actually you.
Get therapy, please.
It's actually you, because there's a lot of stuff that you say to me that's a bit mad.
It is. Oh my God. Anyway.
That's so funny.
Moving on to the next one. We're almost done now. What do you think the results/outcomes are of a transactional relationship?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, go on.
It's not genuine, because you start counting the good. And he's like, until I get the good, I'm not gonna give you anything. I'm not, like, it's not natural. Like, sometimes you have the natural urge to show affection and show love, and because you're trying to count that, oh, she hasn't done that to me, I'm not going to do it. So you're limiting yourself on how much you want to show your affection, or because it's people have it, I don't know, everyone's different, but some people, you have the natural urge to be nice and do nice things, not because everyone's different, but for me personally, sometimes you just want to treat someone nice, and it's nothing to do with what they've given you. But then it's like, if you have that mindset of transactional, you're limiting yourself, because then you'll be like, I'm not doing it. So she hasn't done it for me, so I'm not doing it. And it's like, you're also limiting yourself, because sometimes I go by this saying, I feel like it's good to treat people how you want to be treated.
100%.
So if you don't treat people nice, you don't do good things, you don't do anything for anybody. How do you expect anyone to do anything for you? Literally, because you're not doing anything. Like, if people are doing it to you, some people are just, people like me, I don't care, I'll still do it. But like, sometimes some people actually have that transactional thing, so you're not going to ever get anything good, because there's people that walk around waiting for someone to do something good for them first before they ever act.
It's crazy.
So who's gonna benefit from this? Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's just very robotic. It's very like 1 + 1 2. Like there's no natural flow to it. But yeah.
1 + 1 2.
1 + 1.
The way that the angle that I was looking at it is, when it comes within the family, I feel like you will find a lot of resentment within the child, especially if they're very switched on and very aware of that type of relationship. They will distance themselves at any opportunity there is to just be like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah,
like that is an immediate thing, and then the parents like, yeah, but why? And it's just like, because it's like you always just expect something back. It's never just out of the goodness out of your own heart, or I can't just do something without there being something behind it. And yes, that's the angle that I was looking at it from, like the fact that there can be resentment built up, especially resentment and just a lot of distancing. And then, you know, the parent will be like, see, I know you shouldn't have come to England, because now look, you're like your white friends, they don't talk to their parents. Yeah, but you just expecting me to just give you something, or the like vice versa, but there's something being in it without it just being, I'm just giving it to you because you're my child, you're just giving it to me because I'm your mom. It's just so that's the angle I was
even that, like from. I feel like it would even make the kids scared to receive anything nice from the parent, because now they're a bit worried that
I'm gonna have to give I'm gonna
have to give it back, because this is how our relationship's always been like. It's always been transactional. Like, whenever you do anything good for me, I have to do it back. So it's like, because I don't have anything to give right now, I'm not going to receive.
Yeah. Guys.
That's bad.
It really is.
That's really bad.
I think we should go on a national tour. No, but this time...
Jen, again, with her big ideas.
There's substance to it. Let's get all the first generation African parents in the room. And I don't care. I'll put a mask on. They don't need to know who I am. I'll put a voice modifier on. And I'll call them out.
I will not do that. Never. Because one thing I remember I was saying to you, I don't know if you remember this, there was a point where I was ranting, because I felt like I was getting a lot of outsiders like telling me things that my parents don't tell me. Like in terms of the whole like relationship stuff. Remember I was saying to you how my parents are quite chilled and calm. Yeah, if I go out and I see one auntie, the first question she's asking me is, is there anybody? Hi auntie, are you alright? Good afternoon. How's that the first? You don't even know me.
100%.
So like, I don't know, I'm more scared of other people's than my own, because I've started to realise now, the more I've grown, I've realised, oh my gosh, my parents are actually very, very calm. Because some of the things I'm hearing, I'm like, I never had to go through that. And when I step outside and I see how people talk to me and ask me questions on the jump without even knowing me, and I'm like, my mum wouldn't do that.
No.
Unless she's... Actually, no, my mum is, she's very surprising. Sometimes she can do what she wants. I don't know. But I know that she wouldn't just go up to a girl and say to her, where's the man? I've never seen her do it, personally. So I don't know. I just find it mad how other people's parents, well, they're aunties to me, but how they act. And I'm like, I don't think I would ever want to tell them about like the truth or something, because probably seem as you rude child. Yeah, you disobedient.
Just rude.
So
disobedient.
I don't think I wouldn't want to take part in that tool.
It's okay. It was just an idea. It doesn't always have to happen. Yeah. If anyone wants to do it on our behalf, take one for the team. Innit?
You know, sorry, before you move on, if a man did it though, it wouldn't be as bad. If a boy did it, he'd be like, yeah, wow, he knows knowledge, smart boy. Are you single? I have a daughter. Yeah. If a girl does it, how dare you? You disrespectful.
Where's your mother? Where's your father?
But yeah, I don't know. I would never take part in that.
It's okay. It's just an idea. That's all I have.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought we'd end it on the outcomes and results.
Yeah. So this, I'm trying to think of how to tie that. What message are we giving across to the people?
What message?
What was your topic again?
Transactional relationships within the family.
If I was to round it up from my end, because you're going to do yours. If I was going to round it up from my end, I would say that transactional...
Can I say this?
Yeah.
If you're aware of it, put boundaries in place.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been doing that with... My dad's, again, he's kind of nonchalant with like me, so I don't really feel like I have to do it with him. But there's certain times, like I said at the start, I've seen, like, my mum has done that. And I'm putting boundaries in place where it's like... You know, I don't always have to do everything for you. Do it yourself. Like, you know, money, like, because I know, I mean, obviously it's different because my grandma's still in Congo and my mum's here. So I know that my mum's not ever going to come to me, and I'll make sure that doesn't happen in terms of making sure that she's in a situation where she doesn't have to call me and be like, Jen, can you send me so-and-so to pay for food or rent? Because I'm going to make sure that my mum never gets to that point. But I'm also going to make sure that it's never anything like that. Oh, you're my daughter, and you know, you've got this big job and I expect this. Like, no, like it's not healthy. And because of the type of person, I can very easily distance myself from people. Very easily. I have no problem.
Really?
Like my auntie.
Oh yeah.
Like if I feel a certain type of way about something or something doesn't sit right with me, best believe you won't hear from me ever again. I don't feel no type of way. I find it very easy to just kind of cut people. It's a bit harsh.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I used to be like that when I was younger. I feel like I've gone through different stages where one month I have a period where I'm like, I'll cut everybody off. I don't care. But I'm at where I am now. I feel like it is a bit more difficult for me to just cut people off and be like, I'm not gonna. I'll do it in a way that's very subtle. Like emotionally, I've distanced myself, but physically, you might still feel like I'm there because I will still talk to you normal. But emotionally, I know what I mean by emotionally, because I know me, when I'm emotionally involved, I will go above and beyond. Yeah. And if I'm not gonna do it, I will go above and beyond. I'm not. I've just cut myself out. But it's not very. Before it's very. I won't message you. Now it's not like that. Like I was. It would look like I'm still there, but I know that. I know where I stand. Yeah. So, but I don't think transactional relationships is. It just. I don't see any benefit to it. I'm trying to see why.
It's very selfish.
It is
very selfish.
It's like, do me. Whatever I do for you, you have to do it back. Every single thing. There's always just like me. That's what it is. Me. What I want, what I've done for you. I don't think it's a genuine. No, it's not a genuine display of love. It literally isn't. It goes against what love is. Because that's not sacrificial. That's literally it's like I'm paying you for the goods, so you're gonna give me back. That's not love. Love doesn't require payment. Love is I'm giving it to you. If you give it back to me, it's fine. If you don't give it back to me, it's also fine. So it's not a genuine way to display love.
Let's make sure in life, guys, that we do not find us. If we are finding ourselves that we are that type of person, work on it. Why are you like that? You know, have you been hurt in the past? Has something happened that it's made you become that way? Go to therapy. But I feel like you're not going to have, like Favor said, you're not going to find that many people in your life that will be genuine with you, because oh God, you know, it's
literally,
like, oh my God, you're going to find yourself alone.
Before you end, I was watching a movie. I've watched a couple of movies that's very similar to this movie. Basically, a lot of rich people don't actually know who's genuinely there for them, because they're always doing good things and they're getting good gestures back. They don't realize it's because they
got money.
They got money. Yeah. And you're paying for stuff. So people are going to do good things for you. Take that money out and see who actually loves you.
There you go.
So it's like, I was watching the movie and it's like, basically...
What movie was it?
It's a Nigerian movie. But basically this woman lost all her money and then all her friends stopped talking to her. Like they literally they all distanced themselves from her, even though these people are always doing good things for her, they're always doing nice things for her. And you see a lot of like people that are wealthy, you think, oh my God, they have so many friends, people love them, people want to do nice things for them. Even like influencers on Instagram, they're always getting like all these gifts. You're thinking, oh my God, people want to show love for them. No, they want to get a promotion. it's very transactional. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not good.
I feel like the world that we live in today has become very transactional.
Everything, man.
Yeah, it's not right.
Like, even when someone's doing something nice, it's sitting there like this filming, I'm giving money to a homeless man because they're getting more views and they're getting paid. That money they've given, they've earned it times 10.
100%. Yeah.
And someone's trying to, is that your video, man?
That's mine.
Someone's saying, oh, it's sometimes good to record your good gestures. Maybe once in a while. But when your whole channel is about that, then it makes me think that you're not doing it genuinely.
It's not genuine. 100%. It's not because
you're getting paid for that.
Why do you feel like you need to film it you did it once. That's great, fantastic. We don't need to see it another 50 times.
Yeah.
We genuinely don't.
So if you're a person that genuinely wants to love people, thinking about and counting your niceness is not good.
It's not.
It would never allow you to. You're limiting yourself for how much you can show love.
And if we're bringing it back to the Bible, I don't know why this passage always sticks in my head. So Matthew 6, I don't know the verse, but it basically talks about how you should be as a Christian. And it says that when you're doing good deeds, don't do it for man, but do it because you want to, from your intent, from the bottom of your heart, because when you go to God's going to look at you, okay, like you did this, but there was no intent behind it. I can't bless you after that because your 5 friends were over there looking and you thought, I'll do it for them. So
the fact that before we end, I think it's going to be
before we end again.
This is going to be my final point. Now that you mentioned that, it also ties back to the idea of grace. You know, like as Christians, like some religions are different, but like Christianity, if you look at the Old Testament, there was a point where people had to do things to earn God's sacrifice stuff to earn God's love and blessings and all that stuff. And at that point, it was a bit transactional. And God knew that it wasn't working because even the way the Bible describes our acts is like it's filthy. It's nothing there's nothing we can do to earn God's love. Simple as. So in the Old Testament, when people were always doing good things, sacrificing, doing all this stuff to try and earn, it's like all the deeds they were doing just wasn't working.
It wasn't adding up.
And God
it
was
wasn't
like,
enough.
It wasn't enough. So God was like, I need to do something because these people are doing all this stuff, and even with all they're doing is not doing anything for me. So God brought in Jesus, and then grace came. And grace has nothing to do with what your deeds. It's literally all about your intention and your heart. So you could do 1 million things, and if you have a bad intention, and if it's for selfish reasons, it's all worthless.
It's nothing.
So grace shows us that transaction doesn't work.
It does not work.
The idea of grace is literally, I love you regardless, unconditionally. Nothing to do with what you've done for me. What can we do for God? No, literally.
Because if you think about, like, God is so out of our reality that even His love for us. Because sometimes, you know, when you're just sitting there like, how can you love me, God? After everything.
There's nothing that we can actually do.
And then you expect me to come with a lamb and be like, here you go, God.
This is a measurement of your love.
I love, like, nah.
Yeah, so if we're going to end it that way, we're just going to, even the Bible confirms that transactional,
it's not it.
Doesn't work.
It does not work. But thank you guys for listening. I feel like we got passionate in certain sections. But yeah, hopefully you guys learned something from that. I feel like, again, it's something that some people are caught up in it, but they're not very aware of it. So if this hopefully gave you some insight and made you know, what's it called? Clicker to click.
Add the dots.
Connect the dots.
Connect the dots.
Yeah. I promise we know English. In your brain, then I think, like I said, like for me, I'm putting boundaries between me and my mum because I don't want to get when we're both older and I'm resenting her or feeling some type of way because everything was transaction. But apart from that, we hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. We hope that you guys have a lovely, lovely week.
Are you alright, mate? Guys,
do you want to end it?
Yeah, no, you already ended it.
Have a blessed week. We love you guys. Thank you so much. And Blue Tablet.
Oh yeah, coming soon, guys. Coming soon to your local cinema next to you. Is that what they usually say?
Yeah, coming soon to theatre. And yeah,
we're gonna try and. What's wrong with me? We're gonna try and find ways to expand, and we'll let you guys know.
Yeah, and even if we haven't come up with the idea, if you're interested, let us know.
Yeah.
Thank you. But thank you guys. Bye.